Greetings comrades, Soviet Gaming here. Today I will tell you about ULALA pets and how do you get them, what do you do with them, and some tips on how to better acquire them. So watch this video till the end for all the details. If you are new to the channel and interested in idle and hero collector games, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button so you will see all the videos first and get in the notification squad. Let's start with the basics. How do you get pets? For that you have to cook the food. Over here you select the recipe you want. The further you are, the more recipes you will have, and each recipe attracts different kind of animals, different kind of pets, and you pick the one you want. For example, let's cook this sweet and sour pork, and as you're cooking you will get food and it will be of different rarity. It can range from gray to all the way to the orange. Orange is the best one. After you got your food ready, you can go to the capture screen over here and select the food that you have. Every food will have different trap pet timer, and basically it's randomly generated when you cook the food. And the rarity of the food actually depends what kind of pet you will get, what kind of rarity of the pet you will get. To see what rarity of the food you should use to catch the specific rarity of the pet, you can click on this scroll over here and it will show you everything. So basically here are the chances to get better or worse pet based on the food. So when your food is ready, you just click add food, you select the food you want and you click confirm. Now let's talk a little bit about tasty fruit and feast captures. Both of those can give you legendary pets, but in order to get them you will have to waste a lot of starfish or pearls. The difference between them though, that feast capture is giving you a high chance to yield a pet from the last 3 unlocked regions. But tasty fruit on the other side is the one that's focused around specific pets that can be captured with the specific food. And when you cook something, you have option to insert tasty fruit in here and it will get the really high quality food. If you are targeting some specific pet, make sure that you unlock him in the manual over here. Because even if the food can summon the pet that you want, but it hasn't been unlocked yet, you won't be able to get it no matter how many times you try. So it's really important to unlock the pet before trying to summon him. Now we are moving on to the most important part of the video. It's smashing that like button to promote the video in YouTube algorithms. Now, but seriously, we are moving on to the actual pets and the actual use of the pets and which class need what pet. Okay, so the basics. If you have your pets over here, you select the one you need, you click dispatch and it's out fighting for you. This is like the basics. Considering what pets to keep for specific classes. Let's start with damage dealers and healers. For them we would like to have assist pets. And you want to keep as many assist pets as you can for different situations, so you can counter enemy attributes. We will get on that a bit later. So as soon as you get elite pet that you don't have, who have assist, and you are a damage dealer or a healer, you want to keep him. As for the tanks, it's different, because for the warrior you want to go with defense pets, the ones with the shield, and for attack pets in the early game, the ones with the paw, with the claw, whatever. Because in the early game they kinda help you to do more than just defending you, they do insane damage. For the gladiator it's kinda the same as for the warrior, but you are going for symbiosis pets, the heart one, and attack pets, the claw one. Because later in the game tanks will need a lot more survivability than on the first and the second continent, and you would like to have the proper pets that can boost your survivability a lot as a tank. So now with this out of the way, I still recommend collecting all the epic and of course legendary variants of your pets that you got, even if they don't fit your class, because who knows, they might be useful. So okay, once you got your pet and you start releasing the pets that you don't want, by the way, you can release the pets you don't want by either clicking on them. For example, we have 3 blue guys here which we don't need, or you can select them by the quality normal, uncommon, rare, and all of those will be released, same as the skills. So you can do this quite fast and you will get those bones. In order to convert normal fossils to the things that can upgrade your pets, you go to your storage, you go to your pet menu, and over here you click on your normal fossil and you click fuse, and that's turning them into rare fossils. And those can be used in order to upgrade your pets. To upgrade your pets, you go to the train menu, and over here you click pet research. This is basically leveling up all your pets all together, so you want to do it as much as you can. Don't wait for something, just invest everything you have here when you can. It can be useful later in the game, and the early game it's not that important, but it's still pretty cool to unlock this stuff as you go. The first active skill is unlocked at level 29, the first passive skill is unlocked at level 38, then there is another passive skill at level 47, and so on and so on. You guys can look it up yourself, but it's kind of not in the very early game. It's like maybe 2 weeks into the game. So as soon as you have your skill slot available, you want to assign some of the skills. Let's, for example, assign, I don't know, pursuing over here. And you have to assign skills for every pet that you have. Because, for example, if we assign the skills for this guy, the other guy have different setup. So it's different setup for each pet, and you want to make sure that all of them have the skills that you need. So when your companions, when your team members will switch your pets, they will have their skills. Now, considering the skills for DPS, I would recommend going for Inspire as an active skill, and for photosynthesis and competitive heart for the passive skills, because like those are giving you energy and more assist. For the tank though, it's pretty much the same. You go for passive photosynthesis and firm heart for the warrior, or what do I have? Or steady heart for the gladiator. So basically symbiosis or protection based on your class. And for active skills, you go for healing mist or devotion for the warrior, same healing or shield. So those are the main skills, and everything else is kinda secondary. You want to level those things for you because they will help you progress. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot that both warrior and gladiator would like to have devotion on them, but well, I still haven't unlocked that one. It's pretty cool. Let's move on to attributes. Attributes are really important. You gotta know how to use them. So what does it do? You have a boss that you're fighting right now. Let's say you're fighting the same boss as we are, the Yak King. This guy have 3 frost and 7 earth. So in the perfect world, we would have the pet with 3 earth and 7 lightning against him to use most of his elements. So what do I use against him? I use the attack pet since I don't have the defense pet that have the same attributes, and it's have the same attributes, earth 3, lightning 7. So that actually counters his attributes totally. And yeah, you can wiggle out around here a little bit. So in perfect situation, I would have the synergy pet that's working the same way. But for me, this one works better at the moment. So you got a basic understanding how the effectiveness works, and you have to use it on every boss basically to progress far. If you don't do this, you will be way behind everyone. Keep in mind that normal mobs don't have any elements, and you can use your best pet against them if you're going AFK if you want to get like the min-maxing build. Okay, let's move on to expeditions. So you will start with 1 expedition available for you at all times, and it will grow over to 4 over time. To get 4, you need 50 pets unlocked. You can see the pets that you have unlocked in the adventure supply depot, and that's all the pets that you have over here. Also, you can see them over here in the manual. So right now I have 67 pets available. And it's really beneficial to get as many as you can over here, because they will make your expeditions more efficient. It doesn't matter what rarity your pets are, it's just the pet that you have unlocked. Even if you released him, he's still in your supply depot and you can still use him for expeditions. So when you're done with the expedition, you will have the results, and if it's created, you get double rewards that you have in the first place. You can also refresh expedition using starfish, and it's kind of efficient way to spend them. So if you have any extra, it's way better than to roll in for skills in the skill shop. It's better to do refresh here. I usually refresh when I have the gray normal one or uncommon green expedition. Everything blue and higher I go right away. So let's refresh this one, and you have a chance to get all the way up to legendary, and you can get legendary skills this way. So this is a good way to get stuff, and you can get pretty good stuff over here. So before you start an expedition, you can select pets over here manually. I just use quick join, it's way easier, and it's basically trying to get the proper pets. As you can see here, this outline means that we require one specific pet, and this is this bird, and it's giving 35% boost to the expedition. But if you insert the pet that is not fitted for the expedition, like for example the lion here, it will give only 22%. But that's how it works, and that's how you get your crit rate up. But yeah, quick join is actually the easiest option because it fits you with the best pets for the task. You don't have to think about it that much, and just start adventure right away, and you wait for the results. That's how it works. That's how you get stuff over here. It's simple actually, but it's kind of important to have this stuff happening at all times, so you will get inflow of resources, skills, and everything for your upgrades and growth. And we are finally moving to the pet farm, the new feature that was introduced recently, and it's pretty straightforward as well. You unlock pet slots over time, one after another. To do that, you have to gain character level and get some personal progression, and in my opinion, progression is always harder than getting the level, and it costs shells to unlock the pet slots. As long as you have pet slot unlocked, you can feed any of the pet that's corresponding to the current slot that can fit into it over here and get the bonus. Each pet slot, each cage is giving different bonuses. For example, this one is increasing character's crit, and you want to put the best pets for the stats that you need the most. For example, for me the best stat is HP, and I've put the best pet I have available here to get the most HP from the current area. So it's a minor tips, but they still matter. Everything matters, even a little bit. And yeah, you will start with 8 slots at the beginning, and over time you will get more. Like as soon as you unlock 8 of them, 8 more will appear, and then 8 more. I think right now it's limited to what? 6, 8, 16, 24. And that's why you want to save all your pets that you've got, purple or legendary ones, epical or legendary ones, because the higher the quality of the pet, the higher bonus you will get. So getting legendary pet will give you even higher bonus, giving highly talented pet will give you even higher bonus. So having collection of epic rarity pets and legendary pets is really beneficial, even if you can't use them in the fight. You can use them here in the farm. So yeah, try to get the best pets for the stats that you want over here. Let me know what is your favorite pet in the comments, because mine is bear, obviously, because I'm Russian, even though it doesn't really fit me, it's for the warriors. But I love him, his nose is so funny. And that concludes the pet tutorial, guys. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please go in the comments and write what you think about this video. While you go in there, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and hit the bell button, so you won't miss any new videos from the Soviet and you can get on the notification squad. I'll be giving the rewards for those guys soon enough. If you want to join the Soviet community directly, there is a Discord link in the description, so you might want to go there. And that's about it for now. Soviet out. See ya, comrades. Bye.